Good evening. Is
Hi.
everybody ready?
Hi, yeah.
Hello. I need to turn on my display capture, don't I? Yes, I do. All right. So, as you guys can tell, we have a little bit of a different map that we're starting on today. This is the full city map for Sarkonos to kind of start before we do our recap. So, for reference on everyone, we're right here between 4 and 3, between the West Harbor and Three Chapels, where all of our events are starting. As you can tell, the eastern side is, well, they're getting all the fun stuff, or at least the majority of the stuff for now. Ideally, I will be trying to update this map and make it look a little bit better, but that's an in-process item that I'm doing on Incarnate. So, the only announcement I've got for you guys is Mayo had asked in Discord if we would dress really, really nice for the Saturday before Valentine's Day. And as it just so happens that I'm planning a very special encounter for everybody for that Saturday. So, if y'all don't mind, dress your nicest. We're going to do some camera show-offs and all that. If you want to. Nobody's forced to do it, but if you want to, dress super nice, and we'll do some show-offs before we have that session, that encounter. Outside of that, we're rocking and rolling. Still working on YouTube things and all of that lovely, but nothing major for us. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get started on tonight's episode, The Tales of Iyeron. Last week, we started our adventure. The party was in two different locations. We had Mibu and Slag starting in the tavern in the streets of Sarkonos, in a particular tavern known as the Boar's Head. Prominent tavern of Sarkonos. Mibu's played there a few times. A lot of bards and travelers and individuals come through there. Very prominent. Our other group consisted of Elsula and Kovac. Kovac being a prisoner, caught as an exotic animal sanctioned for the slave trades. Specifically set to live a life in captivity all the rest of his days. But as it just so happens, fate would intertwine. And as the slave caravan carrying Kovac came through Sarkonos, a set of unsuspecting guards did their normal duty of double-checking the cargo against its manifests. They stumbled across an ancient thorned herb that, when pricked by its thorns, would kill any humanoid being and convert them to walking, rotting bags of flesh, zombies. 3 unsuspecting guards lost their life that day. And in the chaos, Kovac had been freed. Slag and Mibu ran out from the tavern. And they were able to repel the zombies after many attempts of beating and slashing and chopping and fisting these zombies, as so prominently eloquated last week. Eventually, they, along with the leader of the caravan, who was revealed to be carrying what he called a secret, all went down. Keep in mind, our party, none went down. In fact, escaped with pretty much full HP across the board. It was after that our party had been escorted into the Boar's Head Tavern and asked to stay while an investigation began. The carts were cleared, the bodies were removed. People in the streets started talking about this group who saved the city. After a period of time, guards escorted the party to the guard tower, well, the guard captain's towers, should I say, a building couple of towers itself, but housed many chambers. They saw the wreckage in there being torn apart piece by piece, bit by bit, looking for reason and purpose behind the unsuspecting incident. The party is taken to the top of the building, to the third floor, where they are questioned regarding the incident, asked to give just simply their accounts for the time, to corroborate stories, as the investigation into this incident had just launched and was hitting its early days. The party was then informed by Guard Captain Greesh that they would be free of their own recognizance to stay in Sarkonis itself, but to not leave her borders. That they would be given refuge and shelter in the Boar's Head Tavern at the expense of the city and the guard, and that they were left to their own devices from there. Our party went back to the Boar's Head, enjoyed a meal, drink, beginning to know one another slowly, somewhat cautiously, would one say. Following dinner and drinks, and as they neared closing the tavern itself for the night, the party was then given 4 keys to 4 rooms, so 4 individuals could stay the night. Our party, filled with drink and good food from tavern owner Jackson, they were led up to their rooms, where one slag who maybe doesn't have it all together intellectually hears that each room has a footlocker, and he steps his foot into the footlocker to test the size. Realizing that it was not appropriately sized for a foot, he then ponders this, scratching his head, and the rest of the party goes to sleep. And as our tale for tonight begins, as the party is sleeping, is anybody going to go straight to sleep, or does anybody do anything else in their rooms?
I mean, Slag falls asleep pretty quick.
Slag starts sawing logs super quick. Does anybody else do anything? It's the one I want.
I am going to pull out some of my books from my home monastery and just read, because it's hard for me to fall asleep right away, being that I'm more of a nocturnal creature.
Right, so Kovac pulls out. Not all of the books that you brought with you survived. I would like for you to roll me a d6, sir. One book of yours survived the assault. The rest either were counted among the rubble, or maybe went to a prying hand who took advantage of the scene and maybe snuck something out. Hard to tell at this point. So your one remaining book is the book that filled you as a young, featherless baby owlet. I don't know what they call the babies.
That works.
It's filled with stories of adventures, of grandeur, of times before the calamity. A rare book that describes the series more than 1,000 years ago, where individuals sought treasure and glory and honor and fame. They told stories of epic fights with sea krakens on large vessels made of wood that were unknown to you, using devices and magics. They tell other stories of encounters with large winged beasts that they referred to as scale flares in the language of the monastery. Beasts described as large as cities, as powerful as natural disasters. As you begin to read this book, You flip through its pages, and your heart begins to leap as the excitement that filled you in the monastery reading these stories begins to fill you again as you realize that this could very well be the true start to your adventuring tale. Do you do anything else?
No, after a couple hours, I eventually go to sleep.
Eventually go to sleep. All right, couple hours. Elsula, Mibu, are you guys doing anything?
I think I'm gonna be contemplating the day a bit and just kind of rerunning, like, what happened to kind of try and figure out, like, why I might have been betrayed earlier and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of reflecting on the day.
All right. Elsula is reflecting on the day and the betrayal by her contract giver, who used her as a guard and then tried to eliminate her in just a flick of a second. Mibu, are you doing anything during the evening night hours?
Hi, Silazandra,
I just go
how are
fall
you?
asleep.
Mibu falls right asleep.
Good to see you.
And as the night goes on, Kovac reading your pages, turning and soaking up the tales and the stories of this book. Elsula, you finally begin to doze off as you contemplate the events of the day, uncertain as to why this would happen. Why would you be left high and dry like this? But also your thoughts kind of carry to the three that you fought alongside. Out of necessity, yes, but individuals that you have been paired with for a short time. By fate, almost, it seems. You don't know whether to make that of some higher deity trying to sway you following your past, or whether it's just a twist of positive fate, but it begins to just dwell as you ponder on the events of the day. Delta, this is the city map, by the way. And with that, I would like Elsula and Kovac to make regular perception checks. Slag and Mibu, I'd like you to make a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Delta, please don't spam the waters, because I narrate. Damn! We got our first
Yeah.
natty 20 of the night.
Yep.
Why'd I roll history?
You rolled perception.
Yay!
But it said history.
No, you rolled perception. That's what I've got in chat. Mibu,
Ooh,
roll
everybody's
with
high
disadvantage,
on
please,
this one.
because you're
Nice.
asleep.
Oh,
Lost 21 either way.
I'm sorry. I was scrolled up.
Oh my goodness. Slag, you're just sawing logs. You don't notice anything.
Yep.
Mibu. Actually, no. Mibu, I'm gonna save you for last. Kovac. As you read, your heightened nocturnal senses of an owlet indicate to you almost an increase just at the door. Not heavy, but just enough that you can tell it sounds like somebody may be trying to listen in. They're being very, very careful about what they're doing, almost as if there's a presence hovering your door. Do you do anything?
I'm going to sneak over to the door and just listen, see if I can hear anything else.
All right, I would like for you to make a stealth check. All right, you think that you have been able to successfully slink your way unnoticed to the door. Elsula, as you kind of sit up in your bed and you're just pondering on today's events and mishaps and gains, you more clearly, being in a heightened sense of focusing on your thoughts, are interrupted by what you perceive to be something falling outside of your door, as you hear a similar faint, light breath almost hovering your room door, and then you hear do, 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 do. And then you just hear faint whispers, too faint to be able to pick up. But it sounds like somebody is there. And as you recall the particular hall that you and these 3 other creatures, these are the only 4 rooms in this hall. Do you choose to do anything with this information?
Can I use Divine Sense? I don't know if that would... I don't know if that would work technically, though, because of the, like...
As an action, you can detect good and evil.
Yeah.
Or known... can sense anything affected by the hollow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet. It's not behind total cover. Technically, it would be behind total cover at this point because the door is closed. So,
Okay.
I mean, you could use it as an action, but it wouldn't give you anything because, well, actually, no. You can use it. You can use it to detect good or evil that may be at the door, but the other effects won't count because it's technically behind total cover. If that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. I'll do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so as you sit there, you look up at the door, and you feel your senses begin to heighten as you channel your broken pact. I believe you're broken pact at this point, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you begin to look, you kind of, on this pact that I have broken, kind of in your head, you very quietly utter just a couple of words, and you feel your eyes begin to change, almost a filter, going from regular to almost a night vision cover, almost to then almost an FLIR heat residue camera. And then everything begins to blend back into your normal vision as you begin to look around and you see an outline of an area of a more evil presence standing just outside your door.
All right. I think I'm gonna try to sneak to the door. Get a better look.
Going to sneak to the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a stealth check. $21.
Mm-hmm.
So you slink off the bed very, very slowly. You begin to just ease your way over. And you're pretty certain that whatever's there is still trying to listen in and assumes you did not notice it. You're almost extremely confident. You're not one to sneak around. And that level of confidence for sneaking is definitely a good indicator. With that, Slag. You're gone, dude. You're stone cold, just dead to the world at this point. In fact, Elsula and Kovac, as you start to stealth, your senses begin to heighten up even more. You hear the faint snoring. In the back of your mind, you're both just like, impudent brute. Mibu. Being asleep, your perception around you, something has woken you up from a dead sleep, and you were sleeping very soundly to start. And you wake up, and you have just this dark feeling around you. You can't explain it. You don't know anything about it. But as you begin to look around and you're kind of coming to and your senses are still adjusting, you also hear what appears to be something outside of your door ever so slightly breathing. And then you hear just a small rub of something against a door. And it almost could be counted as just wind. But you know it's just a hair off from what wind should be. What do you choose to do?
Do I know if my companions are in rooms near me?
Well, all four of you know that this hallway that has your 4 rooms is all together. It's 2 across from 2. This is the only wing of the upper floor that has rooms on this particular wing. There's another wing that branches off that's probably, I don't know, 20, 30 feet over, that has another series of rooms, but all 4 of you specifically are together at the request of the captain, who wants to make sure that all 4 of you are in the same spot at all points for the next couple of days.
Okay. And a DM question. I have what is it called? I have I'm looking through it, my bad. Telepathic speech. Am I allowed to try and make a connection to Slag while I wouldn't know this, but while he's sleeping by chance?
Is that a spell or is that an ability, or is that a like feat ability?
Don't worry, Doc. I'm definitely a hero. Don't worry.
I do not see that in your feats.
Oh, my bad. I think that was the one thing I forgot to actually do. But, here we go. Hold on. Shoot and Pichu.
Suppose that you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you, so no. You would not be able to do that because there's no visibility. You're all in individual rooms.
Okay.
With doors closed and locked.
Gotcha. Then I just I go up to my door and just slowly crack the door open and see what I can see.
Crack the door open. Okay. Do you try to stealth at all, or do you just like walk over and open?
I'll try to stealth.
You'll try to. Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
Yeah, I got you.
And actually roll stealth with disadvantage because you're still kind of groggy from waking up at midnight, or in the middle of the night.
Understood. Let me make it easier. And this is at disadvantage. And stealth. Oh, okay.
All right. As you get up, you realize something is at my door. You begin to just slowly get out of the bed. You quietly peel back the cover. You step on the ground. And as you fall over, your small figure, you don't weigh that much in your shortened satire state. However, for some reason, you step on just the right moment and you just hear of a board move. And you look at the door and you hear from what sounds to be 4 creatures be alerted to your presence and immediately begin to take off.
Am I allowed to do something, try to do something before they leave?
You absolutely can try. So in this moment, it's the way I'm treating it is the same as combat. So every action you take is, I mean, it's got to be split seconds.
Oh, hey, Vince, how are you doing?
Okay. Then I am going to cast Sleep.
I hope you're having a good evening.
I think sleep is something you have to see.
Hey, do I have the door cracked open, or did they just leave right before that?
You don't have the door cracked open. You're still at the You're still at the side of the bed. You're actually still walking over to the door to crack it open, but because of that one floorboard you heard, you hear, and it sounds almost like when you hear the first 2 footsteps, they're right next to each other, and then you hear almost immediately another force is like, all in that order.
Okay. Then I will try to take off after them.
Yep, hang on just a moment. I'm reading sleep, though, on something. Spell. Yeah, I would say that sleep is something you would not be able to cast at this point, just because you have no sight of what's there. And it would be hard to cast a spell on something that may not even exist.
Yeah. But yeah, I do try to chase after whatever made a noise.
Okay. So you quickly rush out the door and you open it. As you do so, you see rounding the corner to go right to the stairs. You know that as you guys came up, you had to hang a right in the hallway to come to the room. So you see these creatures, whatever they are. You know from the sound there's at least 4, but you only managed to see just the tips of the cloaks of 2 of them as they ruffle around the corner at this point. And that's right as you manage to get the door open, and you're out in the hallway of just catching that.
All right. I still go chase after them.
You begin to chase after them. Okay. I would like for you to. Actually, no. Kovak, Elsula. At this point, you hear the happen from the room, and then you hear the door as Mibu's not exactly gracious with the opening of the door. And then you hear those figures. Do you both choose to do anything?
Can I follow?
You're gonna try to follow. Okay. Elsula?
Same, yeah.
All right, you try to follow. So with that, Mibu begins to take off, makes it down to about the hall, and as you begin to hang that left, Elsula and Kovak, you begin. At that point, you're ripping open the doors, more or less. And Slag, you're still at this point. You think you hear a door slam somewhere, but at that point, you're bringing your axe down onto something in your dream. So I mean, you think it could be a dream. It may not be. It could be real, may not be. You're not sure. So you're still sawing.
Okay, just brave in the last hours of work.
Elsula, Kovak, as you guys come out,
nice,
you
I
see
see.
Mibu bolting to the end and is beginning to round this corner. This short little satire in her night garments, as she's taking off, and Mibu coming back to you as you round the corner. You see the flutter of a cloak, and I mean just ever so much the corner, only about an inch of it, in the dark at that, flutter going down the stairs from these creatures that are trying to haul ass away from you.
So you said I can see just a little tip of the cloak?
Yeah, it's the corner of a cloak, and you can tell that whatever's there has gone downstairs. So a cloak of a humanoid is probably roughly 4 to 5 feet, depending on the individual. And you're seeing like the last inch and a half of just like a corner piece flutter around the corner as these things are just like trying to move.
Since I see just a part of the humanoid, am I allowed to cast Mind Sliver?
Also, I'm doing pretty good, Vince. I hope you're doing well too. Also hope your last few hours of work
The
go
mind of
well.
a creature you can see. I would say you can't see the creature. You can only see the cloak around it, so that would make it hard. Tell you what, roll a spell attack to hit.
Okay.
Now before you roll this, I'll go ahead and tell you, regardless of whether this actually connects or not, this will burn a first level spell slot. Or no, never mind, it's a cantrip. Never mind. Ignore that. But yeah, go ahead and roll a spell attack, to hit or not.
Alright, I'll do it this way. And it's a +7 to me. Okay, that's 11?
11 would not connect with their AC.
Hey, alrighty, then I just keep charging at them.
Yep. So you feel the magic fire off from your hand as you're just like trying to pry into a mind, but because you can't actually physically see a target, you try an estimation, and the magic gathers there and then just dissipates because it has to grab onto. At that point, you hear a language that you're unfamiliar with, just a very quick like as these things continue to run.
I just yell at them, please halt! And I just keep
Okay.
on going.
Alright, so you take off, continuing down. Elsula, Kovac, I'm assuming you guys come running out of the room after Mibu.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you guys take off. You don't see anything. Mibu is rolling. And Mibu, at this point, you get to the top of the stairs. You see a little more of the cloak this time. Your 35 movement speed is giving you a little bit of an advantage to catch up with them. But you still feel like you're still behind. You still can't make out what the creatures are. You could definitely tell they're humanoid in nature, though, by this. But this time you see, as the stairs go down into the tavern common area that you guys were in, you see a cloak round that corner into that main hallway going to the door. You see about a foot of it this time, so you've got a little bit more of an estimation. But that ends basically like that turn, so you can still feel like your cantrip magic is still trying to recharge a little bit before you can fire off another one. So you get to the top of the stairs. Kovac and Elsula, you guys get right to the round of the corner. And the hallway is a little bit lit. There's still a couple like faint torches. Downstairs you can see like ember glows here and there. That's about it. So Mibu, as you say, please halt. You start taking off down the stairs. Kovac and Elsula, you guys make it to about the top of the stairs as you guys move in this chain. Elsula moving just a tad quicker than either the other, or not Elsula, excuse me. Mibu moving quicker than Elsula, Kovac. And at that point, Elsula and Kovac, you hear one of the rooms open up. Oh, what are you guys doing? It's getting a bit rough around here. Do you know what hour of the day it is? As you see this like figure come out, he's got scraggly swathed hair, one stripe going along his left-hand side that is, you can barely tell is completely white. His face is rough and tumble, and he looks kind of angry. And Elsula and Kovac, you recognize this as the proprietor of the Boar's Head Tavern, Mr. Jackson, who we created on stream. earlier this week. Come out, and he's not looking happy. You know, he already looks rough and tumble, but he looks especially unhappy at this hour. Mibu, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see the front doors explode, busted open, and you see one of the four figures just beginning to round to the right to get ready to run away. What do you all choose to do?
Okay. Can I see all four figures or just a person?
You only see one of the four. This is the fourth one that is just tailing ever so behind, and really you can't tell like what race or anything. It's just pitch black. But you can tell that the humanoid figure is there, but starting to slowly go behind the door. So you're starting to lose sight of it. At the same time, you can tell underneath where the cloak begins to fall off of like the chest area. You see another tail of a cloak about a foot or so from the third individual in the group.
All right, I'm gonna try to do. Can I try to do the mind sliver again?
Yes, you can go ahead and mind sliver this time. So go ahead and link that for me in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got to make a DC 15 intel save. Okay.
Oh.
All right, I gotta go down to. Let's see. It's gonna be an intel save. That does not need to be rolled with advantage. Ignore. That was the one thing I forgot to do this week, was to change all my stuff over. Normal, fix, roll that again. All right, it saves. It feels it connect, and you hear that same strange language just again. Are you familiar with Thieves' Cant by chance? I don't think you are.
No, I'm not.
You're not. Okay. So yeah, you hear just like a couple of like quick chips of what you think is just a broken language or just audible guttural sounds coming from whatever this is. And correct me if I'm wrong, they save it's a total pass-through, right? It's not half damage or anything like that?
No, only if he fails, that's when everything goes into effect. If he saved, nothing happens.
Okay, so save is like a miss. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you try and you feel it connect, and you actually see a little bit of the purple psychic energy kind of flash through the cloak as you see almost the face of it covered up by a hood glance its way at you as it begins to take off. Rewinding back to Elsula and Kovac, you're standing up on top of the stairs. You see, almost kind of in split vision, you see Jackson coming out of one room, and you see Mibu down below, who fires off this purple energy, obviously casting a spell of some kind. And Jackson is not looking happy. What do you two do?
I'm gonna continue just trying to run past him, just yelling, I have no time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so you yell, I ain't got time. You haul past, trying to catch up with Mibu. You immediately hear behind, oh, what are you getting into? And as you hear him begin to lug, you know, he's a big dude. You hear him begin to just do running behind you to start chasing. Kovac, do you do anything different, or are you just running straight forward as well after Mibu?
Amazing.
I'm gonna do something slightly different. I'm just gonna hop in the air and fly over him.
You're gonna fly over who?
The proprietor of the inn.
Well, no. So you're standing at the top of the stairs, and it's basically like a three-way stop. You have to your left.
Well,
the
I'm
other set
following
of
her, but I'm just gonna fly down instead of run.
Well, no. So, okay, so you're gonna fly down the stairs because he's off to your left at the point in the other set of rooms.
Gotcha.
You're looking straight down. He's to your left. Behind you is the hall that took you to your rooms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fly down the stairs.
All right, you're gonna hop up and fly. What's your fly speed?
30, same as my movement.
Okay, so you're gonna as you get to the top of the stairs, you immediately just you jump and almost kind of just do a quick spin and flap your wings open, kind of in an epic fashion. Elsula, you see this and you're like, okay, points for coolness. As you both kind of just run down after this whatever it is that Mibu's chasing. Y'all don't see anything yet. Going to top of the round, Mibu. What do you do?
Okay, is he still in my line of sight?
No. He is. You as you cast it, he looks at you, and then he's gone past the door. As you're chasing, so you've lost sight of him around that corner of the front door.
Okay, first I'm going to move like my total 35 feet and see if I can see him now.
All right, so that's going to put you out the door and rounding it just a little bit. And you can see that they have sprinted very quickly. And all that's left is what you think is the fluttering of cloth going into an alleyway beyond the building. So to put it in perspective on the map, you guys are standing right about there at the center part of that ping.
Okay.
He managed to get right about there and then duck into an alleyway. Where you don't see the figure, but you can tell that now that they're outside, they're moving even more. They're going full bore.
Oh, I'm glad work's going by pretty quick. That's good. Very good.
Then I am going to I'm going to shout at them, "You can't hide forever!" And I just keep on moving. Using my action to dash to catch up.
Okay. So you dash and you get to the alleyway. Do you have dark sight?
I believe not. Yes, I do not.
Okay, you do not. So you quickly just take off as well, sprinting, and you round the corner, and all you see is just pure darkness. You don't see anything, any figures. You barely see the walls. You can tell that just this is a part where, granted, yeah, you've got near, it's near one of the 4 moons being full at this point, but you can't make anything out, realistically speaking.
All right.
Oh, and yes, I said 4 moons, by the way. There are 4 moons in this world.
Yes, of course. Oh, so I can officially not see them, correct?
Correct. You can officially not see anything, cloth, people, anything like that. These guys have melded into the shadows very, very well.
Alrighty. Well, then I am going to just search for clues. Like any like footprints or any marks at all.
Okay, roll an investigation with disadvantage.
Gotcha. Do. I'm gonna do it this way.
I randomly chose this music, and it's actually perfect for this scene, by the way. Just saying.
Right?
It really is, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Investigation.
Yeah, investigation with disadvantage.
Pair of 9s.
All right, what is it with you in pairs today, man?
I don't know. I was like, well, okay.
All right, well, we'll take it. With a 9, unfortunately, you look around, but with it being so dark, you're like, fuck, I can't really make anything out here. Or anything to that extent. So unfortunately, you do not find anything. Rewinding back to Kovar Elsula, you guys make it down the stairs basically with your move. Right as you guys get down, you see through one of the windows right next to the door, as you're starting to run around, the little pixie top of of Mibu as she is just hauling ass around that corner. You can tell that she's picked up sprint speed almost. But she's out the door and headed off to the right. You hear behind you of the doo. Damn it, man, stop.
I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna go outside.
All right, you guys head outside, and you have just enough speed that you can make it out and make it out the door, hit the immediate right turn, and you look and you see Mibu basically looking around, almost on all four knees on the ground. Looking, not finding anything, worried, and yeah, that's basically that. Seems to be unsuccessful. Right about this point, you both feel the grasp of very large human hands grab both of you as Jackson has decided to sprint down the stairs. He's, now what do you think you're doing tonight? You're supposed to stay upstairs.
While all this is going on, Slag's going to stand up in like a sleepwalking state, still asleep, stagger to the corner, and relieve himself in the potted plant in the corner. He's gonna pee for a good 60 seconds, and then he's just gonna go straight back to bed.
All right, Slag, who's processing the ale very nicely from the night, while all of the action is happening downstairs, gets up, takes a nice giant leak on a potted plant in the corner of the room. Flag, as you're dreaming, you're having visions back to the days of your youth when you were still with your clan. And you would go into combat with your fellow orcs. And ironically enough, in the same point in the stream, you all had a ritual where the night before combat you would drink and be next to a fire, and the last thing everyone would do before they go to bed would be just to take a giant leak on the fire to put it out for the night after tearing everything else up around. And as you all are doing that as part of your pre-combat ritual, you smell the very heavy scent of the ammonia and the uric acid just hit your nose as you then sleepwalk back to your bed as you're reliving sights and sounds from younger, more combat-filled days.
Yep.
All right. So we will turn that off as Mibu, you find nothing and you stand up and you hear Jackson, you look over and you realize, oh, I'm in my nightgown. People can see stuff. And you're looking around and you're like, wait, fuck. And you look up and you hear him, what are you guys doing? You're supposed to be doing the sleep.
Well, honestly, sir, I'm surprised you didn't hear all the noise.
What noise is that?
There were people, like, wandering around our rooms, like, cloaked men, like, I couldn't even see them.
What do you mean, people? You're the only one staying in my tavern tonight.
Hey, well, no, obviously not, sir. I saw cloaked men, wander around our rooms.
Yeah, you need better security.
Right. My tavern hasn't been broken into for generations.
That you know of.
And I look at him dead in the eye. I bet they have taken something, and you're just not realizing it.
Also,
I'll be the one to determine that.
Also, is he like holding on to me at all? Was that what you said?
No, he's not holding on.
Okay.
No, he's not holding on. He just grasps the shoulders. He comes up in the startling, like, you know that feeling when you're standing there and then someone just like hand on the shoulder walks up and is like, well, hello there.
Okay, I see.
That's pretty much what he pulled. He's not like trying to catch or hold you guys back.
Okay.
He knew that he had you guys like on speed very quickly, so he's just like, what's up? What are y'all doing?
Okay.
While this is going on, I am going to fly up onto the roof and just look around, like down at what these guys are doing with the tavern owner.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were right there with El Sula when Jackson caught up to you and her, so that's all happening literally within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, I'm still going on top of the roof.
All right, from there you fly up to the top of the roof and you're, "Hey, get back here, bird. No one said you could leave tonight."
I just kind of look down. I'm like, I'm not leaving the area. I'm just on the roof.
It's
You can tell
fine.
that he's actually worried because of the charge.
It's fine. Slag
You
said
can
it was
tell-
okay. If you gotta take it up with Slag, if you know, I mean, it's fine.
I gotta take it over Slag, do I? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
He was supposed to be holding down the fort. That's why he stayed back.
That's why you stay back. All right. Well, since he decided to stay back, I'm gonna stay here and watch you until you go back to bed. You're technically under my charge when you're here staying the night. You see, I gotta be up here very shortly so I can tend to the next ales. Unless y'all want me to not have anything to be able to serve now, would you?
Listen, if you just let us just take a look around your tavern, because I know what I saw. Just let us look around the tavern, look around the outside the tavern. I promise we will all go back to our rooms.
Why don't you do this? I'll call in my boys. I'll send a courier for them. We'll take a look around, let you know if anything's been stolen. But as for you three, well, y'all need to go back to bed.
Can I use persuasion?
Yeah,
Okay,
try to
hold on.
persuade him.
Okay.
May I persuade him?
Ugh.
I'll still roll again
Okay.
because you're getting assistance. And this will be with advantage.
Okay. Eh.
As you look at him, you're like, "Please, just we're okay." And he looks at you. You could tell he's just not convinced. He's giving you that stare of just like, "Look, I will handle it. You guys go back to sleep. It's my responsibility. It's my tavern. It's my family's name." You could tell that, like, not only is he doing this out of insistence, duty to the captain's orders from Greece. You can tell that this is also a bit of familial pride that's kind of on the line for him here. So he's got that look of like, "Look, I've got this. I want to make sure you guys are okay. I believe somebody was here, but I will look into it, and then I will update you guys." Kind of look.
All right. Asibla can respect that. I'll go back.
I say fine, and I like pout my way back to my room.
As you start pouting, he looks at you. "Oh, now Meeboo, don't pout like that. You see, tomorrow night's bard is well, called in sick. Just staying over at the other tavern across town. Ain't got nothing. How about I pay you the same rate and you can perform for me tomorrow night instead? You're stuck here. You might as well make some money, right?"
Yeah, can I include just a first round of drinks for my comrades?
Absolutely. That would be my honor.
Alrighty. And I just like skip my way back to my room.
Nice. Nice.
All right. With that, Jackson looks around, and you hear the as he bars the door shut, and you hear him. How's that off the door? That's weird. And you guys make your way to your rooms. He goes up and make sure that you three get into your rooms. And he goes to Slag's room, starts knocking on the door. Just oh well, my mic isn't picking up because of filters, but you get the picture. Slag, do you wake up to the sound of knocking on your door?
It'll take a lot. When Slag's out, he's out. Especially if he's got alcohol in it.
Yeah.
All right, so the first round is. First round's pretty light, and you just hear, "Hey, Slag, are you in there?"
And I'm sure he can hear me snoring through the door.
And all of a sudden you hear, wham, wham, wham. Gotta open the damn door.
He'll get up and open it.
He opens the door and
It's like sheeping.
Slag, your friends trying to run away here. They said you were gonna stay behind and hold down the fort. You know anything about that?
Slag, hold down bad. Don't know nothing else about people.
Hold bed. And he begins to smell. Why does it smell like piss in here?
Someone must have broke in and peed in here. I've been sleeping the whole time.
Slag, if this room smells like piss in the morning, I'm gonna charge you specifically for this room, Shay. Now you know we had that incident with you trying to pee on that one bar a few years back when you got really drunk. But I can't be having people pee in rooms. It's just not right.
I go pee.
Whatever, Slag. Just make sure it's cleaned up in the morning. Alright?
Okay. So I go, when he leaves, he'll go to the plant and just chuck it out the window.
Alright,
Wait, what? What the fuck just happened?
only in Dungeons and Dragons, folks. Will you have random shit like that happen? Oh my god.
Amazing.
So do you just willy-nilly chuck it without paying attention to the window, just out of curiosity?
Oh yeah, I just walk over and just chuck it as I walk past.
I'd like for you to roll a strength check, please. Oh my goodness.
Well, that was a save.
That was a save, not a check. Thank God. That was about to be really bad. Doc, who the fuck is layout 6?
So athletics?
No, roll just a regular strength check. So if you're looking at your character page, okay, you got it. That ain't much better, my God.
Wow, yeah.
Layout 6 is the version I'm looking at that page on. I just copied the link I have.
Okay, I wasn't sure what was up with that. BT Dubs, there's a multi-stream up for you and me, Mayo, and Doc.
Oh yeah, he posted it, and it's great.
Because Doc's a good dude like that.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
He's a really good guy, say. All right, so Slag, you take the plant, you look at it, and you begin to chuck it, and it bounces off the window, cracking it, but not going through it. You're just like, and you hear of it shattering. Immediately, you hear, "What was that, Slag? That better not have been that plant breaking."
Slag drop glass.
Alright, you hear from the door. Alright, Slag. Just clean up in the morning. Go to bed. He leaves. You hear doo, 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 doo. He's kind of storming off. He's pissed now with all of this. And you look and you see the plant is now shattered. Dirt is all over the floor. You smell of ammonia even more so from your 60-second piss.
So I go walk over and just start scooping it up and shoving it under the rug in the room.
This is not just a small plant. You start scooping the rug. You realize the rug covers it, but it looks like a fucking camel's back.
Yep.
And then you look to the window and you see and you look to the window and you realize that with the moonlight hitting it, there's a good spider web in one of the 4 panes that are there. It bounced off. It nearly broke through, but it didn't have enough go on it. So with that, you cover that up, you look at it, Schlag clean, and you go to bed.
Yep.
Oh. Alright, Mibu, Kovac, Elsula, are you guys doing anything else tonight?
No, I think I'm gonna go back to the room.
Gonna go back to the room. All right.
I'm still trapped on the roof.
Wait, you didn't come in with the rest of the group as you saw them all walking in?
I was about to fly down, and then he barred the door before I had a chance.
Oh, I was just assuming you flew in with the rest of the group at that point.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I guess we'll just go to bed.
Yeah, because as you see Elsula turn around, and you see Mibu start walking back, I assume that short little bit of change.
Yeah, I was just up on the roof at that point, and then you said he barred the door. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. I was assuming you probably had that. All right. Cool beans. So, did you guys sleep through the rest of the night? All seems pretty calm. All seems somewhat bright. Especially Slag's room with a spider-webbed, nearly broken window. And a very fresh smell of dirt and ammonia all over the room. You guys finally go to sleep, and you sleep through the night. Until right about what would be the equivalent of about 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun is beginning to rise, and you just hear the light tapping of knock, knock, knock. Alright, folks. Good morning. It's time to wake up and get the day started. Breakfast is for you downstairs.
As soon as I wake up, I sing kind of like a Cinderella moment.
And how does that go?
Oh, okay. Hey, just like.
Alright, so Mibu's wake.
I'm the total.
You'll hear some light singing.
I'm the total opposite. I'm waking up so groggy, and like the only thing that's motivating me is the fact that there's food. So like I hear Mibu, and I'm just kind of like, like why do I have to exist right now?
Slag's gonna get up and he's like, Slag feel good, yeah. But he's not gonna come out for a little bit, so the proprietor gets away from the room.
Alright.
Govok is going to like hear the noise and just like hoot angrily at the door until it stops, and then just try and go back to sleep.
All right. Cool. So you guys wake up, and three of you, slowly. Well, one of you, irregularly chipper for the morning, Mibu, and one of you, like me in the morning, just Elsula. And then you have Slag, who's just like food.
Yeah, Slag's gonna take a look at the large hump under the rug. Be like, nah, it don't seem right. He's gonna go over to the table and get the vase off the table, sit right on top of the big hump. Perfect. He's gonna go downstairs and get a meal.
You set it on there, and you realize it's not fully even. You kind of force it a little bit, just to get the dirt to indent right there, and then it kind of makes a groove, and then you're just like, yes, that's it. And then you leave and go. As you guys head downstairs, it's same spread as the night before. You have a mixture of meats and breads, some leftover soups rewarmed, some greens fresh from the garden for those who prefer the plants. Drinks of variety. You have fresh milk from cows, as you assume as at least a cow, and then you hear from the back of one of the cows just bellow out of just randomness of being a cow. There's that, there's water, and there's other drinks upon request if necessary or desired at that early of an hour.
Oh, I need some kind of caffeine equivalent of it.
All right. Well, you guys are sitting at the same table as last time. The caffeine equivalent is going to be coffee. There is a coffee in this world.
Good.
And that, as you guys sit down and you hear Jackson just bellow out from the kitchen off to the right. I'll have coffee ready in a minute, Shay. Still brewing for you guys.
Nice. I look a bit happier, but I also lay my head down on the table.
All right, Elsula lays her head down. Looks almost like she's hungover, but she's really hungover.
I would like a glass of wine, please, if it's available.
Well, damn, girl, you're drinking early, aren't you?
Well, I had to be chipper somehow.
All right, whatever you say, kid. He goes and pours another elven fire wine for you, and as soon as Jackson sets it on the table, you see the top of it just begin to look like it's on fire. You know that it's not like actual fire; it's just thaumaturgy magic from just the richness of the environment that the elves brew in. It's not like a super big secret that the Elven Brewery is basically right in the center of like 3 magic ley lines on top of a stream. So the magic there is infused with every ounce of wine as it is grown, harvested, brought together with water, and fermented.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. A couple minutes later, you guys see Jackson come walking in with this giant, like, elaborate brewing station. Small, but, enough. It's got beakers and piping and flame. All right, he sets it down in front of you, Elsula. All right, here's your coffee, sweetheart. I got one for myself, but you can brew as much as you need here. Just wait. Have you ever worked one of these before?
No, and I am not functioning right now.
All right, so he's gonna take a minute to try to explain to you how it works. Basically, you fill this beaker with water. You basically step this, and then you basically shut off the flame, and you have a cup of coffee without having to remove the grinds. and it does it all for you. So he shows you that of like, all right, if you want another cup, this is how you do it. We don't brew by pot, we brew by the cup here. You can set the grinds as much as you want. So he lets you have at it as best you want to.
Well, all right, we'll see how this goes.
Yep. And then you see his facial features more clearly now. In the light, you see that, you know, for those who saw his face last night, he is this rough and tumble human. He's about 6'1". He's got hair that kind of swoops back, but all over the place. It like comes to points in just varying directions all across his head. It's very messy, is the best way to put it. Going across the upper left part of his head, and even his left eyebrow, you just see that his hair is turned white, as well as a scar that goes from basically his hairline down to about his mid-cheek. That same eye you see is wearing an eye patch with what looks to be more style of scarring underneath the patch, just barely peeking through. He's got a full beard. It's not super long, but it's definitely grown in very full and fitting of someone who is blue collar in this. He's got a thick leather shirt on with some clothing underneath it, a sash that goes across his chest where it connects to his belt. So it's almost like a 3-point seat belt in and of its own regard, where across the belt you see that there are several different salves of what looks to be various ales. And in common, you just see wrapped around and written on there in cloth is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, up until number 10 that he carries at any given point. Outside of that, he's got a little bit of the dad bod going on. He's got, you know, some light amount of flub. But you can tell that underneath that there is a lot of muscle from this man. Hardworking. He's not only the proprietor, you can tell he's the brewmaster and can hold his own pretty easily. So now that breakfast is served, food is on the table. Kovac, I'm going to put you right there since you're trying to begrudgingly sleep. Jackson looks at you guys and... here's the bird.
He should be down in like a few minutes.
He should be down in a few minutes. All right. Well, I don't care what you guys do. Just my responsibility is to make sure you guys stay in the same place together. That's my job in all this. You guys better do so, because I got a bunch of coin riding on this. The guard captain's paying me well to watch you kids, so...
So can I just not go outside at all, or what?
Oh, you can go outside as much as you want there, sweetheart. You're not gonna be building. Just your, as long as you're inside this room, all 4 of you have to stay together as best you can. As long as you don't leave the city, you're perfectly fine.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry. Guard Captain Grease, he's a good friend of mine. He's what do you say, long-time patron of the tavern. Him and his pappy before him. He's a good man. He's a good family. Honest man. You can trust above all else that he's gonna make sure the right thing is done, not just. Well, you get the drift. He's one you can trust around here. I like them freaks in the east.
I'm like trying to listen, but I'm also struggling with the coffee. So like, I'm just kind of.
He sees that. He sees that. He's all right, sweetheart. You're struggling. How strong do you want it?
Strong.
Well, there's strong, and then there's brewmaster, which is even stronger. So...
Let's do the brewmaster.
Ah, my kind of girl. All right, so he begins to just like load down. Holy fuck, that's a lot of coffee. What should be enough for like 2 full French presses. It's almost espresso level in full cup for this. As he begins to just load in the coffee grinds, he pours up the water, sets the flame underneath it, and you watch as it begins to bubble and boil the water in an amazing, enticing fashion almost. As over the period of about 12 to 15 minutes, you begin to just smell the aroma of the coffee beans brewing over the food that's in front of you. And you see the cup below begin to fill up with the darkest liquid you swear you've ever seen at a breakfast table. And all you hear is, hallelujah! This cup, as it just sounds and looks and smells amazing. Eventually the cup finishes, and you just grab it and you look and just, that initial morning smell as you inhale the goodness of the coffee and you smell how strong it is. And just the inhalation, you feel instantly a little more caffeine in your system, and things are just right with the world for once.
Yeah, Slag's gonna look on confused. But he's gonna say, "You drink poison, metal lady?"
I'm just gonna look at Slag and be like, I can't even explain this to you right now.
Yeah, he'll sniff a little bit, curl up his nose, and be like, "Blah."
It's not for everyone, Slag.
Poison.
Alright then. Yeah, I drink poison. I'm scary, right?
Strange metal lady.
Oh my god, I love it. All right. Kovak, you smell breakfast foods, meats, bakings, followed by what smells to be really, really strong. You would know it as coffee as well. The monastery was not immune to the coffee craze of the world that has transpired. You smell coffee, and your mind begins to take you back to the monastery, where there'd be some warm meals, but that coffee smell just takes you back to your monastery. You think back to those moments where you hated the mornings, you hated the day, but that coffee just made it a little bit better.
Begrudgingly trot my way downstairs with tiny scraping steps.
Eventually Kovak just hops down. You see this little owl just come waddling slowly into the room, working his way around, and then just boing, hops right up into the chair.
I'm gonna instantly take notice and be like, how did I not realize how cute you are?
I know, right?
Like the cutest thing ever.
I am just going to stare at her coffee and not respond.
I'm gonna look at you and then the coffee and then you again and be like, you want some of this? You want some of the poison?
Coffee.
Don't do it, Owl Man.
Oh, I think the owl man wants the coffee, Slag. I think the owl man wants the poison.
Strange creatures.
We're gonna totally convince Slag this entire campaign that coffee is nothing but poison. The last session we're like his first cup, and he's gonna assume he dies.
Yes.
New final fight confirmed.
The battle for poison.
Yes. Well, is there still coffee? I'm gonna get coffee for our alpha.
Strangely, he'll like it. Start his own Starbucks.
All right, so Jackson is there. He sees that, and he reset everything very quickly. You realize that in the moment where you guys were like swooning over, he made himself a brand new cup, just pour, and he sits there, and you realize that it smells even stronger than your cup, Elsula, and you're slightly jealous for a moment at how much he's packed into his. And then he looks at Kovak and begins to put it together, and you realize that he's cut it in about half because that is a very tiny body for that much coffee. And it would probably kill the poor thing. So he begins to brew it, and after 10-12 minutes of again, refueling the beakers and heating them up and having them boil and steep. He quickly slides a cup over to you, Kovac, of a mug that's just got black liquid that you just smell as amazing morning coffee. And it smells not like, the cheap canned stuff that you get in the bottom shelf of Walmart. Like, no, this is go downtown in your city and find that hipster coffee shop that has like the single origin organic roast from some part of Africa that everyone in town is just raving about. It just smells so good.
I'm going to hold it, sniff it for a second, put it back down on the table, and then just start scooping copious amounts of sugar into the cup.
Oh,
Jackson
adorable.
Just look at you. You see Jackson look at you with this, what the fuck are you doing to this coffee look? And then he just goes back to his stuff.
I think it's adorable. And I'm liking Kovac even more. I'm loving a fellow poison drinker.
After I put the sugar in, I just stir it. But there's so much sugar, it doesn't do much, and then I just sit there and slowly sip on it. And just stare at the table.
Yeah, Slag has smelled the smell before, but he's never been around anybody that drank coffee. So it's all new to him, pretty much.
Are you sure you don't want to try some, Slag?
No, thank you. It's like drink ale, sometimes wine.
This is why we get along so well, Slag. So, are we gonna talk about what happened last night?
Oh yeah, a thing happened last night. That's right.
Slag sleep it, pee on fire.
There was a
Jackson-
fire?
Jackson B looks at you. I'm sorry, you did what, Slag?
I dream I pee on a fire. That's why
Oh,
you
you
get
dream-
stuff up there. I dream.
Right.
And-
So that smell of ammonia wasn't you actually peeing in your sleep, was it? No fear what I'm doing.
Yourself in bed.
See, he did a good job
wait.
holding down the fort.
Right.
Yeah, he pissed on the fire.
He put a fire out. You should be thanking him.
That's a good thing there wasn't actually a fire in this building last night. You kids were acting like there actually was.
Well,
Well-
obviously, Slag would not lie to us.
Slag no lie, promise.
Right. Well. So, what are you kids gonna do in town today? Any big crazy plans, or y'all just, wait to hear what, Grease has to say from his investigation?
Oh, I mean, we should probably go figure out what's happening with these shadow people.
What's
I'd be
shadow
in the mood for
people?
that.
The cloaked shadow people. That infiltrated last night.
That's
Now
your
here's the thing, folks. There was, I checked every ounce of this tavern when y'all went to bed, and there wasn't no sign of nothing being stolen. So, I don't know what y'all think y'all saw or heard, but there wasn't nothing around here.
Well, even though they may have not stolen anything, they were still creeping around our rooms.
Exactly.
So,
and my defined sense doesn't
I'm-
lie. I know that they were there.
Yeah. So, I'm going to check, and she claps her hands like almost every syllable. I'm going to check.
Nice.
Alright, well, just stay away from the basement. That's where all the brewing equipment is. You go down there, you're liable to get hurt. And, look like me when you get older. I don't think you want that.
Oh, you don't look over like 25.
his one eye looks at you of like, why are you trying to flirt with me? Fuck off.
And Mibu was like, okay, and sips her wine.
And you see that he begins to tap a ring on his finger. There's a wedding band on his left hand as he's just slowly tapping it on the table with one finger intentionally pointing to it of, don't flirt like that. I am married.
Well, marriage is like a wave of paper, I'm kidding.
Wow, okay. Anyway.
So, well, let Mibu hold down the fort this time.
Don't worry. I have a strength like Slag, but it might be different than Slag.
Right. Alright, well, you kids behave. Stay out of trouble. Grisha's already got enough on his plate. Don't add more to it and get into these crazy shenanigans you found yourself into. Mibu. Tonight, you able to perform for me? Same rate as you always do. 10 gold for the concert. And I know you wanted a fringe to start the night. I'm glad to throw that in. Since I'm asking on long, last second, but I figured I'd catch you when you're a little more alert than half asleep like you were last night.
Well, I guess. And she totally, acts all, embarrassed. I mean, I was so embarrassed by no one telling me I was in my nightgown. But I guess.
Jackson looks unimpressed at that, and he hands you the retainer to sign. It's the same retainer you've seen 100 times already, almost. Just typical of, you're gonna perform tonight. Any tips given to you are yours. 10 gold is yours. Plus any other verbal arrangements with the owner will be honored. Yada yada yada. Whole bunch of legal mumbo jumbo.
As always, I look over it carefully. It takes about 5-10 minutes to read over and then sign it.
Alright, he takes it and he hands you 10 gold. Alright. Starting right after evening shift. Right when that second bell goes off. And you would know what he means by that. So, right about this time you hear don, 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 from a series of bells up towards the middle part of town. Sarkonis is a working town, as well as a trade town. And they have 2 shifts every day. There's the day shift and the evening shift of workers that do a variety of things. Go to the mines, tend the farms, things like that. There's just so much work that goes into the town to keep things flowing. Even the guards change shift. Those, for those 2 shifts, and then they also have a night shift of their own for the night patrol, which surprisingly none came last night, at least to anybody's knowledge or recollection. And so you start seeing people are up. They're slowly making their way. A couple are carrying some farming implements. You see a couple carrying some mining tools, mining safety, a little bit of mining safety gear. Just kind of walk by the windows, and everyone just looks, genuinely tired for the morning. But that's nothing different. Everybody's seen that and has felt that, and some of you currently look like that at the moment. Hey, well, first shift is going, see? You're good to go. Just be here by the time that shift gets done. They like to rowdy things up, and then when the second shift comes in, that's when the real party starts. And that's when you really get your tips.
Slag smash.
So make sure you're here for all this time, Mibu, right?
Of course. And by chance, is there anyone performing before me or after me, or is it just me tonight?
It's all you, baby girl.
And she kind of blushes as soon as he says baby girl, like thank you.
All right, well, I have Ale, so I got to go finish brewing, and it's a 10 cash day, so I got a big one ahead of me. So he gets up and just leave the plates here. We'll let the waitress staff come clean things up. They're aware that we had some guests last night, so all right, you kids be good. And you see that he kind of takes off, and at that point he runs to the front door. You hear him remove a large plank of wood of just do do do. As it, his unlocking of the front doors. You see him begin to walk back towards the back of the building, where he then descends to the brewery and begins to do his work and preparations and everything. You smell, after about 20 minutes of him being down there, you see one waitress come in, and she looks in and, oh, hello. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. Don't mind me. I'm just getting set up, and I'll clean all that off for y'all when y'all good and done. And about that time, you smell a variety of hops and spices come up from the basement, as you can tell that formulas are being made, ales are being brewed, and things are starting to smell a little alcoholic downstairs. But that would be expected from a tavern and brew.
Oh, hey, Mac. Well, thanks for hanging out in my YouTube stream.
So, Slag, just so you're caught up with everything, apparently there were people roaming around our rooms.
Yep.
And I didn't catch a good look at them, but yeah, there were definitely people in cloaks, but they were sadly too fast for me.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh?
Oh,
You should wait, Slag.
Was that mine?
Slag was smashed.
Yes,
yeah,
but
thanks for the follow.
I just wanted to get a good look at them
Thank you.
in case if I see them again, but it's okay, Slag. There will be another time. Here, I'll tell you what. If anyone boos in my performance tonight, you're allowed to smash them.
Yeah, Slag's gonna stand right by the stage with his hammer on his shoulder while he's singing.
Awesome.
So while they're talking, Kovac is going to pull out just an empty piece of paper and a quill and just start writing. Just writing in it the previous days, what was going on, when he was trapped in the cage. Like a journal type thing.
We would have rested overnight, right? Long rest?
yes, everybody got a long rest overnight, or the equivalent of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around.
Yeah, where did
Already,
Well, my D&D Beyond thing, because it's showing on the stream over there.
oh yeah, everybody's back up to full HP. I'm sorry, I upped everything in Roll20.
Yep.
All right. Well, before we get into the next thing,
Sorry, go ahead.
yep. So before we get into anything else, we are about an hour 45 in, so we are going to go ahead and take us a 10-minute breather or so, get up, stretch the legs, get some water, all of that lovely stuff, and then we'll get into the second half of tonight's session. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, we'll be right back. y'all in the chats for waiting. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And no matter whose chat you're in, if you're in Ana's chat on YouTube, Doc's chat, or Mayo's chat, show your streamers some love, folks. They deserve it. They're beautiful. They're amazing. For those of you guys on Twitch, we do have a multi-link up. Doc Rude will be able to post that for you. Why'd you have to stop, Doc?
My OBS is acting up.
Oh no.
Lame. That's big lame, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, my internet's been wonky all night.
Well, yours has been wonky all day, so.
Yeah, I know. Well, you keep going robotic on me every once in a while, so I've been afraid it's going to drop, but it hasn't.
All right, dudes and dudettes, we are going to go ahead and get back at it. So, morning is done, breakfast is had, coffee is ingested, caffeine is violently flowing through veins right now. What are we choosing to do?
I'll take a look around
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
All right, so you guys want to take a look around?
Yeah, like where exactly did you lose them at? Because I didn't get to the alley and everything.
Yeah, if you guys want to go check the alley out, you can. So, back to the main map. You guys are right about here, where I'm pinging.
Mm-hmm.
So the alleyway is probably right about here, give or take a little bit on the map. So obviously it's right there. It's literally right next to the tavern itself. At night, Meebo, you could definitely tell that this alleyway was like stupid dark, can't see anything, good luck type. If you head out to it during the daylight, it is more illuminated. You can tell it's just it's a standard alley. There's a couple of crates here, there, just, you know, straight line, stone walls either side, and it goes on the better part of about 100 feet or so before you see a mid wall between the back of the buildings.
I go ahead and just search for the entire alley, see if I can get anything out of it.
Yeah, I want to do the same.
Okay. Meebo or El Sula, roll me an investigation with advantage. One.
My investigation's a 2.
That's higher than mine, so you should do it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, advantage. Okay, 15.
Nice.
All right. So with that, as you guys are looking through, you see a lot of footprints, particularly heel digging, pointing to the back of the alley. Very consistent with 4 individuals. You can tell they're medium-sized humanoids. Potentially human, potentially half-elf, potentially elven. Can't really tell from like the pattern on the ground. They're all wearing some type of boot, so but you can tell by the size they're not smaller, so that you can rule out dwarves, halflings, smaller creatures pretty easily with that. Continuing down the alleyway, you don't see any doors or anything to indicate it. That, you know, they could have like gone through the wall or ducked into anything. Like, it looks like these guys might have ducked in here and found a way out later, though the footprints don't suggest that. You do notice a couple of markings on a wall that look to be a little out of place, and as you look into them, you see that there are a couple of symbols and a couple of letters, no real organization behind them. Do either of you two happen to know Thieves' Cant?
I don't think so. No.
I believe not.
Okay. So you see in chalk a set of just symbols and letters. They don't make any sense. Could be It could be something. It may not be anything. It could just be something just totally random. You're not really sure. Outside of that, it looks like it was a one-way entry, but no exit, which is a little strange, but that's about it.
Is the entire party with us, or is it just me and Elsuza?
It's all 4 of you.
Okay.
I'll tell you what,
Does-
Mibu, I'm gonna put your token to signify where everybody's at. You guys are right about.
Gotcha. Does the door seem... So it's not... It can't open right now, right?
What door?
Oh, sorry, the symbols. I mean, like, the symbols seem like they can move around?
No, they're written on the wall in like some type of chalk or similar type material.
Alright. And I'm gonna put my hands on the wall, and do I feel anything that's out of place?
No, you don't find anything that appears to be out of place.
Interesting. Well, the
From
code
where you're,
figures-
from where you're at, you can tell that you're on the equivalent, like where this marking is. You can tell it's like still kind of other side of where one of the dining rooms is in the Boar's Head. Oh.
Ignore that.
Well, these...
It's the maid.
I was literally scrolling through on a different thing and it also just did that. Ignore that.
Oh.
Lol.
So, I know these code figures went down here, but it seems like they're now just gone. And I doubt you guys know this language.
I don't. Does anyone know anyone that does?
Do I know? DM, would I know anyone?
What language is it?
Slappy, you're cutting off.
Okay.
Oh,
Man,
I'm sorry. I was pushing my button. Huh?
Yeah, I thought that was my
No, that
internet
was-
going out, man. Whew.
No, that was me. I'm sorry, guys. So you don't know what Thieves' Cant even is. You're not aware that there's a language known as Thieves' Cant, much less have ever seen it. The way the letters and the symbols are arranged and the style that they're written, it's so random on all fronts that there's, it looks like one person could have put one thing followed by another person, followed by another person, or it could be, there's so many possibilities behind this that there's no logical conclusion or sense behind it. You're just like, what the actual fuck is this shit kind of deal? Which is the true nature of Thieves' Cant. It's so random that only someone properly trained in Thieves' Cant would understand it. Anyone else would look at it and be like, what the hell? Okay.
Okay.
Well, whoever they are, I doubt we're gonna find them today.
Yeah, that's how it what it seems like.
And I just looked at the group. But it doesn't mean that they might be back tonight. So if we see any cloaked figures, we need to point it out.
It's a good idea.
So here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna try and just spread the word about my performance tonight. During that, I think Slag and Elsula, you guys guard the door if anyone tries to escape in a cloaked figure. And then Kulvak, I think you should just keep your eyes out from the sky and just see if you can report anything.
Slag make good guard. Slag do. And he's gonna hold his thumb out at you like, move it up and down a little.
I like it.
Are we all in agreement?
Where am I flying over?
How about just over the tavern for now? And like during my performance, if you catch anything at all, just come back inside and let one of us know.
I'm just gonna like fly up on the roof and like just sit up there for a bit and then try to figure out how high I have to fly so I'm not noticed in my giant white clothes.
And I guess in the meantime, let's spread the word about my performance. Maybe it'll attract some people.
All right. As you say that, you look to the front of the door and you see Jackson standing there. He's putting up a poster that somehow is already prepared and ready to go. And as you look at it, you realize that it's a picture of you, Mibu, advertising your performance. And he just looks and he nods and he goes back inside like, wait, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Nice.
Okay, so never mind.
Well, I mean, this is either a good plan or an elaborate ploy to have a good show. But you know, either way, I'm down for it. Whatever.
Either way,
people walking by. He's gonna grab one of them posters and grab up one of those people kind of abruptly, you know, by their shirt, pick them up a little bit and stick the flyer in their shirt. And like, Goatman Sing, you come, and sit them back down.
Yeah, so there are some tear-offs with you know lesser detailed bits of information just to advertise it. You see one person come tear one off, and you hear, "Oh, Mibu's performing tonight. Oh, my wife is gonna be so excited." And you see him just like trot off. You see another person like, "Hey, we get a show tonight. Hell yeah!" Another person, another dude comes up. Mibu's performance. She's hot. Hell yes. Maybe tonight's the night. And, you know, you see him like you see all kinds of different individuals just come up and take notice, and you could tell that where the Boar's Head is located is like it's right here on the main strip, and everybody's coming from like the central part of like the trade district of, you know, Cabbage Harbor. Maybe not so much the Horn, but you know, like you've got all of these walks of life that are coming out this way because all of the main work is like to the actual west of the city, or of the town, outside of like a little bit of farmland to the north. But word is visually spreading pretty quickly, as it usually does when Mibu performs. Mibu is one of the more enjoyed singers in the tavern, who's got a little bit of reputation in the town.
all right. I think I'm going to trot around town, and I'll make sure I'm back here before the performance.
All right. Do you all want to just go together, or do y'all want to do separate things? And the DM is going to ask, are you sure you want to think about splitting up the party?
I mean, I always enjoy company if anyone wants to come with me.
I'll tag along.
Where we go?
Just going around town. Let me just look at the map really quick. Let's go wander around the trade district and the cabbage harbor.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you guys slowly start, hitting the street. You're making your way downtown. Not really walking fast.
Are we homebound though?
Oh, not even close. So you guys make your way down to Cabbage Harbor. Now, what you know about Cabbage Harbor is there's not really much ship traffic. With the way that towns are scattered, the calamity really affected a lot of coastal land and made a lot of them infertile for farming, which is one of the most critical and necessary aspects of life after the calamity. There's been a couple of civilizations that have tried and only failed due to lack of food and resources, due to lack of being able to farm. So there's a couple of larger ships that are docked there. They don't ever really take off much because of the unfortunate fact. Sarkonis is a rare example of a town that's on the coast that has ships that still has some type of farming that wasn't just totally eradicated from death and destruction years ago. So there are ships they're definitely older, they're weathered, they're tied down to the docks, and they look like they probably haven't sailed in a good while, but they're still upkept as best they can, cruise at least at a good eyes distance. Outside of that, there's typical trade running around. There's some recent harvest of one particular crop, some fruits, some vegetables. You see some livestock here or there. Cabbage Harbor is really where a lot of the trading happens. But you can also tell this side of town things are a bit different. The structures are shaped a little bit differently, especially as of recent. The dress is a little bit different comparative to when you're on the other side of the river. And it's very evident it's not necessarily a monetary shift in social status, but it's just a difference of culture almost in such a short distance, which everyone in kind of the area knows. There's been an Eastern shift of dress and think and act and culture comparative to the West, and so it's beginning to be a little more visibly evident, especially here in the Cabbage Harbor area. You do see what's that tavern's name? You do see another tavern over here. It's called the White Stag. The building is a little more run down. As you get to right about here, you see on the corner here in the triangle, there's a building called the White Stag. It's a little more run down. You see a couple of really shady individuals. They're not like full cloak and whatnot, but they're just like standing out there, arms crossed, very angry, scruffy looking, and they're just like they're staring kind of at everyone of like really being aware of what's going on. But it definitely looks like the wrong type of person walks in this area and they're gonna get fucked with in that building. You see a blacksmith who's a little more friendly, but working his tail off to try to make stuff as quickly as possible. You pass a couple of just general stores, food stores, things like that.
This seems vibrant. Do I notice anyone like out of the ordinary in this part of the district?
No, it all looks pretty normal. You Mibu, know that the eastern side of the river of Sarkonis has definitely been changing their way of life a little. Shift in deitic worship, of culture, of thought, and even more recent in styling. It always catches kind of your fancy because you see different symbols of deities that you're not familiar with. For example, the blacksmith has, instead of being a worshiper follower of like Gond, they might they've got a different symbol present, but so it's all like unfamiliar religions, but still actively trying to serve their purpose and make a life for themselves.
I just, as I move along, like, and as soon as I see, people walk past me, I just subtly say, "Come to the Boar's Tavern to see me perform," and I just kind of like wink at them as I go by.
You get this look back of like, the fuck? And they carry about their day. As you guys go through of just like, hey, Boar's Head Tavern, Boar's Head Tavern, you guys kind of streets. A couple hours pass, and it's now getting on to about the noon sun. I would like El Sula to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
As you guys are walking through the street, you feel something kind of wrapped to where your coin purse is on your belt, and you feel it begin to slowly start pulling it off your belt.
Oh. I'm gonna look around.
Right, as you feel kind of the tug, you reach around, you grab it, and you whip around, and you see this kid with his hand just up there. And he's just looking, and this kid is very desperate looking. He's very ragged. He's not visibly like emaciated, but definitely is like, looks like he could use a meal almost. And he's just like, he's got this ghostly pale look of, oh fuck, I've been caught. He looks and he looks.
I'm just like doing a death glare at this kid.
He's sorry, miss. I'm just gonna go. Make an intimidation check, actually.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
You try to give a death glare, but instead just the compassion in your heart gives you like this, I feel sorry for you look. And he looks and he almost puppy dog eyes this, buy a loaf of bread for a beggar?
I'll
Please?
What do I have? I have like, I'll give him enough for bread.
Okay. So bread would be 5 silver. So you reach in, you grab 5 silver pieces, and you hand it to him.
And then I just say, I continue to glare, and I'm just like, get out of here.
I'm just gonna go. Thank you. And you see him like scurry off, and you see him actually like go to the nearest food stall and buy a loaf of bread. So you see at least he's being honest about like getting that wage. He looks at you and he goes up, and you see him smile as he just inhales the bread almost, and then he goes about his day.
I've done good work here. Nice.
You did
done
the Lord's
good.
work.
You're doing the Lord's
Yeah,
work over
the
here.
Lord's work.
All right. So you guys continue about your day. You're still slowly but surely making your way through town. You're getting word spread. Now you're finally working your way through the Cabbage District. You guys stop for lunch. You end up here in the Trade District, where this is where the business really happens. Cabbage Harbor just acts like it, but everybody knows the Trade District is like the real thing. So as you guys are going through, you're spreading word. You even make your way out. You say hi to the farmers. You slowly work your way back into town. And it's getting on right about the point when second shift is getting ready to transition in. And you probably have like 20-30 minutes or so before that happens. You get to this part of the city, And we're reusing this map for sake of I don't want to make another city streets map. So Mibu is likely up front. Kovak is somewhere in there. Slag, where would you be in this grouping?
Yeah, just somewhere right there near him.
Right there near him? Alright, so we'll put you guys in a 2x2 pattern. As you guys are walking through the streets, you notice that it's starting to get eerily empty.
Slag no got good feeling.
Do I notice anything out of the ordinary?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, Slag's gonna be on the alert, so
Okay. Well, on the alert, you definitely should be. Because with that, you notice.
yeah, Slag's gonna put both hands on his hammer and get ready. He's starting to feel uneasy.
Well, uneasy you should definitely feel, sir. Because Mibu, with a 16 investigation, you notice to the right there's two figures kind of standing in the corner, looking like they're trying to hide. Not purely like hide, but they're definitely like up against the building and they're looking at you, and they're looking very sinister. And as you make contact with them, they do begin to step forward a little bit, and they're blocking that street. And they just have this look of, keep going. Keep going.
I kind of motion to Slag and say, Slag, come with me. And I kind of walk towards them.
Slag's gonna follow pretty closely behind, and he's gonna start showing his teeth a little. You know,
And as you do that, you hear from behind. You sure you want to do that?
And I look behind.
And you see two more figures cloaked the same way. They've got a leather top chest built into a robe cloak almost underneath. That extends down. It's definitely pretty interesting overall. And you could tell, like, the only thing that you see is pretty much like the half of their nose and up. Everything else underneath is covered in black or some type of black leather that's designed and patterned.
Can I use a divine sense to see if I get the same feeling as I had with the shadow people?
Oh, absolutely, you can divine sense. You can tell they're absolutely evil as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, like the evil that you felt during the night, this is even more
Okay.
here for an evil purpose.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I wonder why there's a turn order.
that's probably from the last fight, maybe.
That is from the last fight, don't worry about it.
Okay.
I kind of look at Osula and Kovak and kind of give them a nod of like, we might be onto something.
I'm just gonna nod back.
And immediately, I cast sleep on the two guards we saw first.
That's a good thought and all, but at this point I would like for everybody to go ahead and roll some initiatives.
Dang it, okay.
Yeah, there's no way you're getting a jump attack when you've got two sides going.
Yeah. Oh shoot, my bad. I forgot to select a token.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and reroll.
I did the same thing.
Okay, there we go.
Oh. think I did it right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you rolled your nit.
Okay. Not in the best position, but oh well. Oh. How
Oh
many of
wait,
them
that's
are
not
there?
what I wanted to do there. There you go. That'll work. All right, to start the order, as you guys are kind of whipped around looking and you notice the two behind you, you hear coming from the direction you were heading is, now where do you think you be going, Missy? You see, you know too much. And with that, we're going to have, or as you turn around and you look ahead of you, you see two more of these dark cloaked individuals, and then a third standing there who's got a little bit of a different dress. He's got a bit more of flair behind what he's got. He still is in near all black robing, but his face is a little more exposed. And he's got more like a studded vest over that exposes kind of like the middle of his body. That definitely shows like he's either different or higher in rank or something. But this bandit here is going to start and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is holding a light crossbow in his hand. And Slag, he is going to take a pot shot at you with his light crossbow.
All right.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Ooh,
All right, you're going to
that's
take 8 piercing
nasty.
damage from the hit.
Ooh. Nasty.
All right, and then that's going to move to the next one, which is the bandit behind you guys. He's going to come up to you, Elsula, and this is for yesterday and your involvement with my friend. And he is carrying a nice little scimitar, and he's going to try to attack you with it. Does a 10 connect with your AC?
No.
It does not. All right. So he turns around, and you blunt hits your armor and bounce off as his scimitar bounces off of the back of your shoulder armor. And that's going to be his turn. Slag, you're up. What are you doing?
Really quick, I noticed that Doc hasn't have an initiative.
Doc does not have initiative. You are correct. Doc. Mr. Rude.
We losing?
He's still in game.
He's still in game, still here. I wonder, Doc, did you fall asleep? Hang on.
Get a man down.
Oh no.
What time is it for Doc?
10 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, he works super early, so this is actually a bit late for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just texted him. I'll tell you what, I will... Fuck.
If you want to, Slappy, I can play his character for a bit.
Okay. Let me get him in your journal.
Gotcha.
All right, he should be in your journal now.
Okay, yes, he is.
All right,
Okay.
sweet.
Let me just roll his initiative really quick. Okay, so 22. Oh, I could have. Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting to actually click. My bad. Let me just keep going over here. Oh, even higher.
Oh.
Okay, 24.
He'll go before me.
Chad, I'm actually kind of worried about Doc.
Yeah, honestly, like, he just dove.
Yeah, he's probably just tired.
Hmm.
All right. So what are we gonna do with Kovac?
Okay, do you just want me to do his turn really quick after them?
Yeah. Go ahead and just go ahead and do his turn. Do a turn, and then we'll restart at the top of the order.
Sure. Okay. Then Kovac, I believe he would have hit the guy that just hit Asula. So we're gonna do that. So just 2 pop shots, boom, boom, right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just do this and first strike, 14 hits.
14 does hit.
Okay, and that's 6 damage.
All right, as Kovac flies up, he reaches out with just one straight punch to the face, and it connects to a point where you actually hear like a crunch of a few bones, and blood begins to visibly like quickly run out of this guy's nose and a little bit out of his lip.
All right, I'll do that as like a right in the face, and then just a sucker punch in the gut. Does a 10 hit?
A 10 does not hit Kovac.
Hey, then just like 2 shots, and then just mosey on just behind him. And that will do it for Kovac.
All right, Kovac's turn comes to an end. It's going to be Slag's turn now. Doc just texted me back, so I think he's awake. Doc, you here?
Yeah.
Okay, you alright, man?
Yeah, just tired.
Yeah, it sounds like he's sleeping.
All right, cool.
All right, Slag's going to sit his hammer down on the big part of his head, spit in his hands, rub them together, pick his hammer up, and he's just going to step forward towards this guy here that they're encountering. And he's going to bonus action rage.
I would like to rage. All right, so you, sir, are absolutely raging. Slag, you don't like the fact that you guys have just been ambushed and you're pissed.
Yep, he's pretty upset, and he took a pretty good shot there from that bolt, so he's going to just hammer down on this guy two-handed.
All right, roll to hit. You do not get advantage because, well, you don't even need it.
Yeah, 22
Go ahead and
hit.
roll me some damage. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
that's 9. And that'll pretty much do it for me.
That's 9. Well, that's a kill. So,
Nice.
as you bring your hammer down, he looks up and you just contact his head and you just see a body just like quick drop into the ground, almost leaving a crater. As this bandit is knocked to 0, and is on the ground lifeless as can be. And that is his turn.
We'll let out a battle cry and then end his turn.
All right, Slag is done. onto Far Bandit, who's going to go here. He's carrying a scimitar, so he's just going to stand next to his captain, and that's going to be his turn. Mibu, you're up.
Right. So, thank you to my chat. I have to do a force cantrip.
Get
So,
it?
Not my sleep, which I wanted. And I'm going to just to cast Firebolt onto the guard that's closest to me.
So that one?
Yeah.
Do it how you do it. Gonna walk it out.
Okay. And then boop.
15 hits.
Alright. And 2!
As you look and you're just like, you finger gun this guy almost. You're just like, pew! As a little streak of fire just comes and splashes across his leather, and you see that it definitely looks like it did something, but he's still standing pretty strong.
Alright. And then I'm going to let's see what I'm gonna get on top of this cart.
Gonna get on top of the cart. All right. Well, you're getting on top of the roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that'll be it.
All right, that'll be that. So Mibu's turn is over. Next up is the captain of the group. Now the captain looks like he's got a few things, but he doesn't look like he's got any ranged weapons. 4, 5, 6. He's just gonna run up here, and you see he's gonna take out this massive-looking scimitar. It's mean-looking. This dude is ready to play, and that's gonna be his turn. Elsula, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the guy on the right, closest to us.
Okay, we'll move up there and
That's
do the deed.
there. All right. Yeah, I'll use the halberd. Guess
Unfortunately, 8 does not connect with your halberd, so
I'm over-caffeinated.
you are too caffeinated. You pull your halberd off your back and you realize, oh shit, this does have there.
I am too jittery for this.
Too much
So
poison, metal lady.
Nice. Nice. All right, so you swing and it's a swing and a miss. You do anything?
Oh, no, I guess that's it.
All right, next up is going to be this guy who's got the crossbow. Slag, he really does not like the way that you slammed down his buddy, so he's coming after you again.
All right.
Oh no.
21 hit?
Yep.
Oh.
All right, so you are raging, so that halves piercing damage, I believe. Wrong,
Yep.
which means you're going to take all of 2 piercing damage out of that bad boy. Wait, what's your HP pool at?
Like on a scale of 1 to 12, how you feeling?
Slag no feel good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slag is... Those 2 hits, and Slag is like looking a little woozy over... The first one really hit like in a vein or artery or something, and you can tell like it's blood is really dripping out of this very quickly. Slag is not looking great. But that's gonna be his turn. Next up is gonna be this bandit up here. He's got a scimitar in his hand, and he's gonna come right about here. He just watched his buddy get caved into the ground. He doesn't want to get up close to the orc yet. He can't really get anything close there. Next up is going to be this bandit. He's going to go right there. And then last but not least is the bandit in front of Elsula. He is going to try to counter you with his scimitar. I don't think a 6 is going to hit.
Nope.
But does it?
Nope.
All right. As you swing, he starts swinging his scimitar as you're swinging yours, so you actually inadvertently kind of parry him away.
Nice.
And that's going to bring us to the top of the order. And Kovac, you are going first, sir. Doc.
Yeah, he probably fell back.
Yep.
Aw.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
There he is.
Oh, hey.
What's up? What am I doing?
It's your turn.
Yep. Your turn. Dead body laying behind you, and there's one attacking Asula. And Slag doesn't look very good. He's hurting pretty bad.
And I'm on top of chicken.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all those chickens.
I'm gonna flap my wings, get over here, and I'm just gonna start attacking.
All right, which one are you attacking?
I'll attack the one straight ahead.
The one to
Oh,
the
one to
top
the
or the one to the left?
Left.
All right, you're going to the left. All right, swing away.
Nice.
Yeah, 26 hits.
Hell yeah.
For 7 points of damage as you swing your fist and you connect with this dude's face, and it's another bloody mess very quickly. You just he's hurting. He does not look that great. He looks like a good stiff wind could probably take him out at this point. What else are you doing?
Going to attack him again.
16 connects. Roll damage. And with that, another strike to the same area. And in similar fashion, this guard just as he drops to his knees and just falls over lifeless.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. All right. Next up is going to be Slag.
Alright. I'm going to reach up and snap off that arrow that's sticking out of me.
All right, you reach up and the one of the arrows and you just
Yeah, and I'm
rip.
going to charge the bandit there above Doc and try to upward swing, connect under the chin, maybe trying to get him to leave, get him to leave his feet, maybe.
All right, just swing away.
Yeah.
Bum bum ba-do.
Yeah. That was a
Slag
one.
is as you start charging, you go to undercut swing, and you feel your warhammer connect the ground below you, and it rips it out of your hands. So you have a great golf swing on this one, but there ain't nothing to connect with this guy. As the bandit just looks at you like,
Yep.
Dumb orc. Are you gonna do anything else?
No. Not much else I can do here. Still raging.
All right.
Yep.
All right, this bandit is gonna move up there. Mibu.
So, DM question.
Uh-oh.
When it comes to radius, are you a square person, or do you actually draw out a circle?
I will draw the circle, and then whatever's partial.
Okay, then I want to cast Sleep right in the smack middle of the captain, and it is a 20-foot radius.
Ten.
You need to add the rings like in Fantasy Ground, huh? Which
Yeah.
is so nice. Oh, you got one.
Oh yeah, there's more than enough room to encompass that easily. All right, roll your dice.
So anything under 18 hit points falls asleep.
Nice.
All right. All right. So the bandit, you look at the bandits over there, and you conjure up your magic, and you disperse the cloud over about 20 feet, and you see just all kinds of blue and green begin to just sparkle and spark as magic and energies from the ley lines continue to converge. You see the two bandits flanking the captain fall down and slumber, and the captain looks at it and just gives you the look of, these parlor tricks aren't going to affect me, man. He will be unaffected, but his two goons are.
Hey. And I just kind of tell the group of that they're asleep, do what you can, and I'm just going to mosey on over here.
All right, so you quickly bounce out of your chickens and run down there, no problem. On to the captain, who is... He's coming after you. 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually... Yeah, he's going to go right there. As he comes up, he's going to reach into his belt. You're going to see he's going to pull out a quick dagger. And Mibu, he's going to chuck it at you.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, the advantage thing.
Let me try that again. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, but...
Ooh, wait. Oh, one
Is
reaction.
attack-
Say,
Yeah, I can only do it on my reaction.
Meebo's pulling out the Strixhaven spells.
but the thing about Silvery Barbs is it's worded a creature you can see, not yourself.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind. But I do. It does hit.
Okay. You're gonna take 7 points of piercing damage on that. As he whips out the dagger and you feel it just connect like right near your heart. Oh, shit.
Yep.
All right. That's gonna be his turn. Next up is El Sula.
Alright, I'm just gonna attack this with this one and try to take him out quick.
All right. So you're gonna flip the halberd around and you're going to try to uppercut from the save. Go ahead and roll your to hit.
Okay.
An 11 does not connect as he sees it coming. It's a pretty bulky weapon, and he manages to duck down in his nimble bandit self just in time to avoid taking any damage from that. You do manage to cut like a piece of the cloth of his cloak, but that's about it. Nothing really substantial. Are you doing anything else this turn?
I kind of want to fall back a little bit.
Okay. I mean, you could definitely try. I mean, you can bonus action disengage. You do still have that ability.
Okay,
So you can successfully break away from this guy and not get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So you're gonna bonus action disengage. You are free to move. Worry about a reaction attack.
Okay. I'm gonna say I noticed that Slag was not doing the best when we had our little exchange, so I'm gonna try to move over there.
Okay. Well, you still have all 30 feet, so
All right.
Moving right there is no trouble at all.
Okay, cool. I'll go right there.
All right, cool. So you managed to quickly, like, bonus action, chuck a little bit of sand or something, and back away and avoid the engagement entirely. All right. Next up is this one right here, or this bandit right in front of Kovac. And he's gonna see that you just took out his buddies and look at you and, what the devil are you here? Damn bird, just go down. He's gonna try to swing his scimitar at you.
That does hit.
Ooh.
That does hit. All right, you're gonna take 3 points of slashing damage as he just takes his scimitar and like cleaves right into what would be the equivalent of your shoulder a little bit, and gets a probably half an inch slice through. And yeah, that'll be his turn. Next up is the bandit that Elsula, you just broke away from. And he is going to come over here and try to attack you.
Wait, did something hit me earlier?
No.
Oh, okay. I wasn't at max health then.
Wait, didn't it? I don't remember. We're just going to run with it. Elsula, a 7, I know does not hit your AC.
Nope.
As he's going to bounce off your armor again pretty easily. Kovac, you're up.
I'm gonna punch this guy.
Uh, 25 hits. Roll some damage. All right, as you knock another 7 points of life with a kick to this guy's throat, you just see him as he starts coughing up some blood, having trouble breathing. Yeah, 24 hits, and with that 9 points.
Why is it double rolling?
I don't know. But either way, 9 points is well more than sufficient to follow up and crush this guy's jugular. And he collapses pretty much instantly. He's done for.
I'm just going to hilariously look around, see the bandit leader walk up, and I'm just going to casually walk up right to his face.
Nice.
Be like, hello.
All right, next up is Slag.
All right.
So just to let you guys know, there was another bandit snoozing.
Can
Okay.
do I need to take an action, pick up my weapon? Is it close enough?
It's close enough that you can take a bonus action to pick it up.
All right, I'll do that. And I'm just going to turn around and swing on the one that's attacking here behind me.
All right, so you pick it up, and you know there's one, so you kind of get a backhand flop. Go ahead and roll to hit. 14 connects.
Nice. Okay.
With 11 points of bludgeoning damage as your great club, you basically pull a Negan from The Walking Dead as you just look at this guy and you swing your whole body and you just hear as his head just caves in. And he's looking at you like, what the... and he just drops right on the spot.
Yeah, Slag's gonna scream out his war cries. Slag smash!
Nice.
Slag smash! I mean, you start yelling it out almost like Damien, like you were yelling smash left and right. And yeah, he is dead at your feet.
Nice. All right, that's pretty much it. Oh wait, I can move, can't I? Yep. Slag's gonna charge down here to this other guy. And then that's gonna be pretty much the end.
All right. Cool. You guys are flanking the bandit captain. Next up is going to be another snooze and use here. Yeah. Mibu, you're up.
Okay, so
My
I'm
chat's
going to
like, that man just got denied his life.
and I'm going to look at the captain, and I'm going to cast Distant Whispers.
Ooh.
And he's going to make a DC 15 whiz save.
He's going to make a whiz save. All right.
Oh yeah, not like Slag's whiz save.
Well, he's going to fail, so he's going to take 9 points of psychic damage. As he begins to hear these whispers and, hey, who's there? Who's?
And all these whispers are just a melody of such a man fell today. And then I'm going to then walk just right about here, and I'll pass turn.
All right, turn pass into the captain, who is now standing looking at Kovac. Just so you guys do know, he does have this.
Slappy, I'm sorry. He said he failed?
Yeah, he failed.
Okay, I don't know why it didn't show then. Because I think he has to do something, my bad.
Link me the whole spell in chat, please.
Yeah, I will. And Distant Whispers. Submit.
Here's your terrible pain. Target must wisdom save. On fail, take that. And must immediately use this reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from you. Okay, so he's gonna burn his reaction before even taking his turn. So he's gonna try to run away, which means Slag and Kovac, you both get an attack of opportunity, singular.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So
Take that. So I go try to double hand swing at him. 11. Oh no, wait, 9. That's 11 was it. Kovac.
Kovac with the 11 does not connect. Slag with the 9 does not connect.
Yep. He ducks it.
Yep, as he quickly nimbly man, fuck this. So he's gonna go that way, immediately in reaction to everything. Fire penalty successful, takes half. Alright, so that's that, and he is... It doesn't say he's feared, it just needs to burn the reaction, so either way, that's done. Now it's gonna be his turn. I'm gonna say that's gonna be a bleed over effect, considering it's instant. So he is going to peace out there, and that's going to be his turn. Elsula, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move next to Slag and use the lay on hands to heal.
All right, Elsula is going to move up to Slag, slap a hand on the shoulder, and using her latent, correct me if I'm wrong, Azamar ability, right?
I am not certain.
Oh no, you're a half elf and you have lay on hands. Either way,
it's from Paladin.
Either way, that can. Oh, that's right. It's Paladin ability. You have full healing power that can restore 5. Yeah, well, it's also an Azamar ability. Fun fact.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 5 HP to Slag.
Ooh, nice.
So I'll add that in. Slag's up to 9 as you see some of the wounds begin to just stitch up, and Slag, you feel some vigor come back in your chest.
Nice.
Are you doing anything else?
I'll move a little closer to the bandit captain.
Okay. So you've moved 5, so you can move 5 squares in any direction.
Hang out next to the sleeping one right there.
All right, cool. Kovac, you're up.
I'm gonna beat up a sleeping guy.
Do it to it. Roll to hit.
Oh, is it with or without advantage?
He is asleep on the ground, sleeping, so that will be with advantage. "17 hits. All right, for 7 bludgeoning damage. It will wake this guy up, but he still is prone, so you can still get an advantage on your next hit. Hey, Paisley, I saw your snap. I'm so sorry. Yeah, 22 hits, and with that bandit will his life from his sleep. So as you just reach down, just as you just see a pool of blood begin to form around this guy, he is dead as can be. Kovak is on a murder streak of bandits, guys. That's not. Careful of them owlets.
Monk.
Did I say I like this owl earlier? Because I like this owl.
Yeah, you definitely said you like that owl.
By the way, whoever wrote my initiative, thank you.
That was Mayo over there.
No problem, Bob.
Alright, so Kovak is done. Next up is the only other bandit, or no, excuse me, that was the bandit that just died. Slag, you're up.
Yep,
And this
I'm gonna
turnover is
charge-
getting really short, really quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the paladin and charge down here and just scream,
All right.
"Protect paladin, protect metal lady," and swing on him.
Alright, roll to hit with some advantage, sir.
Oh, with advantage.
Yep, just go ahead and roll one more time.
Yep, same freaking roll.
Either way, it's 12. Roll some damage, because 12 just barely connects.
Oof.
Oh,
Wow.
How do you want to do that one? Because yikes.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna smash him flat like normal, man. He'll just bring it down and his hammer's gonna go pretty much all the way through, oh boy, till he hits the ground.
So the way that he's laying on the ground, he's kind of just flat on his back, and you're standing right between his feet. You just bring your great club up, and you just right in the middle. It hits him so hard and purely parallel that it turns basically everything in the middle of him, straight from his junk straight up, into a ever increasing depth of just cavern and caving, breaking some of the rock below. As this guy is beyond lifeless.
Nice.
Wow.
You hear freaking Yargog Heavy Guard just praying for this guy because fucking yikes, bud.
Hammer down. All right,
He said-
that's pretty much it for Slag. He's just gonna turn around and look at the bandit leader or whatever and ready up.
All right. Next up was gonna be that bandit, but he is now visiting Kellamvor in the Death Plane. Mibu, you're up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, just gonna come up behind Kovak, because that's my max. And I'm going to cast I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
Ooh, all right.
Nice, yeah.
And so DC 15 Intelligence for him.
All right, must make an intelligence saving throw. It's a DC what?
DC 15.
Yeah, it fails. So it's going to take 1d6 psychic damage and then lose
His
1d4
next saving
in his
throw. His next saving throw, 1d4. Which 3 psychic damage.
All right. So he's gonna feel the spike in his mind. You're just here. Squeeze out of my head, you witch.
Guys, I think I'm gonna turn him mad after this.
And go ahead and roll another
Do
1d4
it.
for me for his next save.
Oh, my bad. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna do this. 4.
All 4 on the next saving throw. Somebody take advantage of that. Next up is going to be the captain, who turns around and is not liking that. 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to come right to you, Slag, because he saw you absolutely obliterate his dude. As a reminder, he does have this.
Yep.
Before he does anything else, he pulls out another dagger and he chucks it at Kovak.
Nope.
All right, and the other one he's gonna chunk at El Sula. Oh, you're losing 7 there.
Okay.
That almost was a natty 20. I'm just saying. And because his multi-attack is either or, that is his turn. El Sula, you're up.
Can I use lay hands on myself to heal?
Technically, yes, you can. It's channeling a divine energy, and you just
You gotta touch yourself.
Touching yourself.
you gotta touch yourself there, girl. To heal yourself. So go for it.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, we all look over and we can all hear that song in our head.
I'm just gonna glare and be like, nobody look.
Just the 2 of us.
It's another moment for somebody to play a giggity blurp like last week. Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna add 5 HP to your HP pool.
Okay.
You now have 9 HP as the dagger is ripped out and you feel the wound slowly start stitching itself back up.
Alright.
Alright, are you gonna do anything else?
I think I'll move up, kind of flank the captain here.
You gonna flank the captain?
Yeah.
Alright. Kill. Well, that is gonna be your turn. Kovak.
I'm a punch.
Box his ass in.
Yeah.
Punch with advantage, sir. Because you are flanking. Yeah, 23 connects. All right, as your first hit knocks another 6 points of life out of him, you come up and you just right to his side. As you see him kind of lean over, just 25 connects for another 8. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold up. As you come up and just, or he looks at you with his glare and he's gritting his teeth and he's not liking what he's feeling right now. He's not having a good time. Are you doing anything else?
Nope.
Don't you have key points?
Not yet.
No, not till
wait, no, you
level
don't. You're
2,
level
I think.
one.
Yeah, monk in training.
All right, Slag.
All right, Sly's gonna see that look on his face, and he's just gonna scream out and jump in the air and bring his hammer down.
Do it to it. Slag smash. Smash. 14 actually does not hit. As the captain sees you jumping, he quickly just diverts to the same side as Kovak was hitting you from, exposing his back for a moment. As you bring your warhammer down, you break a little bit of the cobblestone, but it is a clear swing and a miss.
All right. That's pretty much it for me.
All right, Mibu.
I'm moving here. And I just glare at him and snicker and just do a little fireball action. Oh, firebolt. My bad. Firebolt. There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference. We saw that earlier today, didn't we, Mac?
Yeah, I'm running if you're fire fucking balling.
Well, oh yeah, level 1 doing fireball. That's insane.
I'm not.
I
level
didn't
7
ask-
yet. I'm running.
I did not ask how big that motherfucking room is. I said I'm gonna fucking cast a motherfucking fireball. God damn it!
Yep.
All right, roll to hit.
21.
Yeah, 21 connects.
Alright. Come on now. Okay, that's good. 6.
That's good damage. Good damage. All right, as you burn you fire it off, and you this time instead of one finger, you have a 2-finger gun, and you just right at his back, and you see it kind of connect in. You just hear, now I'm good and warm.
And I tell the party, hey, just knock him out, don't kill him, and just pass turn.
All right. Well, Mibu, as you do so, you burn away the back cloth that he has and hits him a little bit, and you notice etched into his back is the same symbol of that hand grasping a sphere with the letter S on the back of the hand, carved into his back.
Oh.
Bum, bum, bum. All right, next up is the captain, who is going to take 3 different swings at all 3 of you. So first up is Elsula. A 10 does not hit.
Nope.
Yes, that is a +5.
Nice.
Next up is Slag for 17.
That is.
All right, you're going to take 2 slashing damage thanks to your rage. He swings Elsula back, bounces off. He quickly flips his blade over and stripes one right across your chest. And then lastly, as he goes through Kovak, he's going to try to upper swing on you for a 17 to hit.
No.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, he is his 19.
Oh, that's right. It's
Wow.
19. That was good. That's good
Nice.
because that would have taken you down. I see your HP.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would have been a bird down real quick. As you are small and nimble, you see it coming and you just. As he finishes, you're actually standing on top of his blade, just looking at him like, who? Who?
Nice.
And he's getting more and more infuriated. But that is his turn. Elsula, you are up. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna use my halberd to try and take his legs out from under him.
Okay.
Advantage.
If I get
Roll one more time for advantage. Yeah, you're
Oh,
flanking.
good. Okay.
Natural 20!
Yeah.
Let's go. Look at the natty 20, dudes. G freaking G's.
Oh.
Roll that damage.
At least I got the first one.
Oh wait, did I have the right?
Uh-oh.
So the reason I rolled that is because if you click the damage roll off that 20, it does. So that is a 19-point deduction. As not only do you swipe out his feet from him, you take it, and then you're pissed at this guy. You use the back end of your halberd to kick his feet out, so he will be prone because this was a targeted shot.
Yes.
And you manage to land a natty, and you flip over the halberd and just right into his gut. And you see him take it and just kind of splinter him. Oh. As he's staggering, he is now prone. By the way, folks.
Nice.
He's still not dead?
Gonna try to capture him.
As you look, you notice he is looking shit at this point. And and he still looks like he's like Leonidas. He's grit and fight till the very end. But Elsula, are you going to do anything else?
I think that's all.
That is all. All right. Kovac, you are up, sir. .26 connects for 8 bludgeoning damage as you come down and just right onto the ground. You're pounding on this dude's face pretty much at this point. And he's looking like shit, but he's still gritting his teeth, trying to fight to the very end. 26 connects.
Wow.
Yeah, you're liking that 26.
As he comes up and does another 6 points of damage, you see just and finally the captain as he coughs up an immense amount of blood. And we'll get you. You're in his grip. Slag, it is now your turn. What do you do?
Alright. I'm going to try to use the top side of my hammer. Just blap him a little bit and try to knock him unconscious, unlethal, so we can interrogate him.
You're gonna try to non-lethal him? Okay.
Interrogation.
Keep in mind that he does have extensive injuries right now from all of the hits he's taken, psychically and physically, and he's been stabbed through the gut with a hard on top of being beat to shit. So
maybe try to get a few words out of him before he dies.
all right, you can definitely try for non-lethal. Roll a attack. No advantage, no disadvantage.
Just gonna do my one-handed.
Yeah. 19 hits. Go ahead and roll what your damage would be.
Well,
Yeah. As much as you're trying to non-lethal it, you're still fucking pissed. And you feel the rage take you over, and as Elsula, Kovac, and Meeb are just like, no, Slag, don't! You just Slag! Slash! And you try to hold back at the last second, but unfortunately it is... Actually, no. Yeah, with you raging, that would be a hard one to non-lethal, because the rage takes over Barbarian like that.
Yep.
So, yeah, with that would, you bring down your Warhammer in what you think is a bop, and it actually is more of a... As you see the splattering across the concrete and the cobblestone.
Slag will look at everybody and just hold his hands, his palms to the sky, like, oops.
And with that, the captain goes lifeless. But keep in mind, the one thing he said was, you cannot escape the hand. You are already in his grasp. And as you look around, you notice that people are looking much like they did yesterday. They're talking, except now being kind of weird about it.
And I look at the alleyway that the two guardsmen were, the two thugs were at when we first saw them.
Mm-hmm.
And
sorry, go ahead.
I just tell guys, get the captain in that alleyway now.
Yeah, Slag's just gonna pace back and forth 2 or 3 steps back and forth and beat on his chest with his hammerhander until his rage engine here. So for about a minute.
Alright, so Slag will beat down the rage. You guys start moving the bandit captain's body. But we will figure out what happens next week when we pick back up with our table.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
You're in his grip, but who is he? Whose grip is it? Who is the hand? Many questions still exist. Many questions remain. Find out next week on our table. The Tales of Iyeron, folks.
Oh.
I know, I'm a devil. Actually, before we end the session, one final thing. Elsula, roll me a D100, please.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
A D100?
Yep, D100.
Okay, there.
Don't mind what I just put in Discord. I'm saving that for later purposes.
Okay.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to be it for the week. I'm going to call things here, and we will reconvene next Saturday, 7 p.m. EST. It's going to be good times. We're going to find out who the hand is. Is it the hand that feeds? Is it the hand that takes? Is it the hand that secretly puppet controls the city from the shadows? Who really knows?
Sounds like Slag's gonna have to smash a hand.
Sounds like Slag is definitely gonna do some smashing. That's for sure.
Indeed.
That man didn't even get to take a turn. Yeah, Delta. All right, guys. I'm gonna get this raid going. To my players, thank y'all for an amazing night of role. It was great as always. Y'all are beautiful. Y'all are amazing. I'll see you guys next week. And we are going to stat roll you because you are going to be level 2 when we start the table next week, boys and girls.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we'll get plan
Oh, sorry.
plan your rolls. We'll see you guys then. But until then, folks, all of the love. I'm gonna go raid the stream off and go say hi to Wizard. So, y'all are beautiful. Congrats, GGs. Well done.
Congrats.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night, y'all. Y'all have a good evening. Good
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah. Right. That seems like about everything. There we go. All right then. Thank you everybody so much for hanging out. And yeah, we'll be back again next week at 6 o'clock Central Time. So yeah, got some stuff to do. Got some mystery going on here and stuff. So yeah, hope to see you then. And of course, this VOD will be viewable immediately after the stream. And I also have the first session up still. So you know, if you need to catch up with any of that, go ahead and do that. And until next time, goodbye.